Hello, it's me.
The Gilded Age was a time in U.S. history from about the 1870s to 1900. The term Gilded Age was coined by Mark Twain in his novel, A Tale of Today. In this novel, he satirized an era of serious social problems, masked by a thin gilt of gold.
The Gilded Age was filled with social, political, and economic corruption. Big business owners monopolized industries, and segregation was brought over by the post-Revolutionary War.
NAACP stand for? Take your best guess. You gotta take your best guess. Even if you don't know, just take your best guess. Nope. No help. You can't phone a friend. Look into the camera and give your best answer.
I don't know.
You gotta make something up.
NAACP. I'm gonna go with National American Christian People.
That's right. Alright. What does the NAACP stand for? NAACP. Alright, sweet. When and what was the Gilded Age?
The Gilded Age?
The Gilded
Don't
Age.
have a clue.
Okay, what were Jim Crow laws?
Jim Crow.
Jim Crow laws.
Is he like a singer?
Sure. To further disenfranchise African Americans in the South, the Southern government enacted these things called Jim Crow laws. These laws made African Americans separate but equal. They called for the separation of public uses that were in public. Also, with these laws, they required literacy requirements, poll taxes, and other things that disenfranchised.
But wait, there's more!
To add insult to injury, the Supreme Court ruled in the case of Plessy v. Ferguson that the South segregational order of separate but equal was constitutional, thus putting African Americans at a further disadvantage. We're going to show you live footage from the Plessy v. Ferguson decision. In the case of Plessy v. Ferguson, I rule that separate but equal is constitutional. Please enjoy this feature presentation of Separate but Equal. Whoa. This is a whites only refrigerator. It's white itself. You can't use it. You can use this. This is separate but equal.
How is this equal?
You can put food and drinks in here, and you can put food and drinks in here too.
This is
We
bull.
also need to talk about sharecropping. Sharecropping is a system where a landowner is going to grant you a parcel of land in return for credit or a yield of the crop, but also you get to work that land to try and make your own money. This system during the Gilded Age was pretty flawed, as most of the time the worker would have to, or would become in debt to the owner of the land. Slavery was abolished, but technically with this system, slavery was still around. There were consequences when African Americans didn't obey the Jim Crow laws in the ideal that separate but equal was constitutional. When these laws were broken, lynching was a common practice for punishment. If you're unsure of what lynching is basically a hanging without due process by trial. So really, you're just getting hanged if you were guilty or not. From about 1882 to 1910, there were about 2,503 lynches in the United States. And obviously, during the post-Revolutionary War era, the progression of blacks was, really starting to get momentum. And so obviously in the South, there were things done to keep this down, such as I've told you about the Jim Crow laws and the separate but equal. But also, many groups and clubs were formed in opposition to the Northern government. A group that still exists today and did throughout the Gilded Age is the Ku Klux Klan, or the KKK. Like I said, they were against the Northern government, and it was common that they would lynch black people and go on, I wouldn't say parades, but kind of tirades, and would destroy a lot of things, and it was a pretty bad organization or club.
Despite all the negatives for blacks in this time period, Ida B. Wells, Booker T. Washington, and W.E.B. Du Bois were among the few that helped stop these problems. Ida B. Wells, co-founder of the NAACP, wrote about the horrors of lynching and the treatment of blacks in this time period. Booker T. Washington taught at the Tuskegee University in Alabama. He pushed for economic independence and freedom for blacks. But W.E.B. Du Bois was on a different page. He disagreed with Booker, and he pushed for equality. But Booker pushed for economic independence because he thought it would lead to equality for blacks.